Hi guys, it's me, Jocelyn Rufina again, and for this video, I would like to make a quick statement about Donald Trump. I know, big surprise. Now, I'm a follower of Fair and Balanced when he's on YouTube. And no, that's not his name. His name is Fair and Cousins, but the channel name Fair and Balanced. In any case, he made the argument that Donald Trump is psychotic, because of his rather interesting delusions and his proclamation of fake news and all this other stuff to things that he don't like, or that things aren't going its way, so therefore it's fake news. But I would have to disagree with him on that, because Donald Trump is a lot of things. He is narcissistic, sexist, possibly a rapist, a pedophile, a crazy old man, a grouchy old man, grumpy, and elitist, ableist, narcissistic, egotistical, etc. I can go on for hours on the ists that he is. There's one of the other terminology that they probably won't allow me to say the full list on YouTube for fear of demonetization and yanking me off because of the political atmosphere that this is in. So I'm just gonna leave the list at that. But he is not psychotic for what he did, for what he's doing. I think it's much more simple than that. And you can definitely see it from before he became president, before he even won the nomination, whatnot, in the first go around. In 2015 or 16, when he was over there waving that crowd after they left the Trump Tower building in New York City. He was with the people, but yet when the camera turned around to go pin the big crowd they were waving at, you couldn't see anybody. There was literally nobody there. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody cared that the big orange idiot would be president. So he was basically a big orange doofus waving at nothing. And the thing about that is that because it showed that he was waving at nothing, said to me that he thinks of himself as so great and so awesome and stuff. So therefore he gotta prove to everybody that I'm great, I'm this and that, and make people believe that it's such. Rather than us saying, for example, that Donald Trump was a great president because he this, that, and the other thing, he's force-feeding us this whole mythology of him being awesome. But he's not. Everything comes up bunk, stupid, and just plain corrupt and lying and all of that. Plus, the lies that he come up with become more fantastical as time goes on. Like, for example, whenever he talked about the people in Minnesota, the Somalians, or the Somalians that he is making up, because we as America, we don't know that much about Somalia, or Somalians. So he feels emboldened to make up whatever he wants to make up about them, about that one specific group of people. At first, earlier this year, it was about the Haitians. The Haitians are eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, and he kept being lied to people. So that's one thing. And then there's the idea that he keeps on passing the buck on to other people. With the whole thing about the whole sedition and that kind of thing, for people that say that the military should not obey legal orders like shooting unarmed people and destroying the boats with no proof. To me, that's more of a how should you put this? More of a there's no proof that they were taking drugs and stuff. So what Trump does is he destroys all evidence to the contrary, so that he can make up whatever he wants to make up, so that it perpetuates this idea that I'm great, I'm awesome, I don't have to answer to anybody. Whatever proof that within the contrary is now destroyed or at the bottom of the ocean. There are no witnesses to prove otherwise. There's no person to say that, you're full of shit, or it's a crock of crap, whatever the case is. Same way Psychotic says. He keeps passing on the book to the admiral, and then to other people, and then saying how wonderful Trump is to cover his own butt. But it's funny, I saw that meeting with Trump and Hegseth and a bunch of the bigwigs over there, and it's funny that everyone's kissing his ass really, really thick and heavy, and stuff like this. Hello, I'm great, I'm awesome. So, the one time that you should stay up, the one time when you're getting all this groping and all this umbrella praise and all this butt kissing, you're in La La Land. Whether it was something that Biden did, something that Obama did, or any of the other lists of Democratic presidents, if they took a nap for a second in the Oval Office, that the right-wing media would say, get rid of them, they're against making people just sleepy, they should take a nap, they should take a dirt nap or something about it. But when Trump does it, it's okay, because he's a golden god. Not in my book. So, also, he has a very nasty tendency to take anything that Obama, at first it was Obama, then it was Joe Biden, and then the next president happened to be Democrat, which I hope to God it is. But if the next person is in charge, he's going to be griping about how much that person is going to be sucky, and how he'd always wish for that one to, fail or die or whatever in office. So he's systematically taking over everything that the previous people done and trying to erase them from history. Or the good achievements of trying to block and say that because it was done by oil pen, it shouldn't count. And he's trying to undo everything from the previous people and trying to say that I'm the best, I'm deserving of the attention, I need all this praise and loving and all this stuff. Worship me, praise me, even though you don't deserve it. It was all my idea, except when it's dead and the other guy's idea. So anyway, I feel that all this popping up of himself and saying that I'm big, I'm important, praise me and all this other stuff, it's all because of his poor education, his lack of really caring about learning about something now, learning from his mistakes. And his insistence that I'm right and you're wrong because I was voting as president. So there's a second. But that's not always the case. And the majority that he's hell bent on sending it all the way back to say the 70s or say the 80s because of the grumpy man in him. That everything was good before all this wokeness arrived, or before this whole thing about the environment. Who cares about the environment? I care about right now. Right now, over the next 4 years, if the government in America survive 4 years, but I just care about right now. And with other people that were more concerned with the environment, were more concerned with the future, like over 10 years in the future, for our children, grandchildren, etc., etc., etc. So, like, people worry about the environment for the next 10 generations or whatever, or the next 1,000 or so years, whatever the case is. Rather than the people just worry about right now, what can I do to line my own pocket? So, in other words, when someone says that, Trump is crazy, Trump is psychotic because of this, that, and this thing, I say no. Trump knows exactly what he's doing. He may be tired and stuff of swinging up a storm at past midnight, which is past his bedtime should be, but he likes to consider that working with everyone else would consider working. No, I don't consider my late night posts and text messaging to be working. That's just I'm just goofing off, just having fun. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's creating math problems, creating craziness, because he doesn't want the Epstein files to come up. Or the fact that every economic policy that he is implementing is failing big time. And more Americans are waking up to that fact. So it's lack of education, lack of wanting to learn from his mistakes, because he's perfect the way he is. He's the enlightened one, the big fat one's enlightened one, and the fact that he's surrounding himself with yes men, yes women. Don't dare challenge his authority or his superiority. Plus, it also deal with the fact that Daddy probably paid for everything in his education, so that he never got the statement you're wrong with something, or share something, or this is not your achievement, or like what was the other one? Honestly, yeah, he never got any love as a kid either, but never which movies right, the answers that I give you are always right. My money will make sure it's right, and never got no answer as a kid. No discipline whatsoever either. So that's why he knows exactly what he's doing. And I really hope that when he does get office, he doesn't pull the whole, I'm gonna say that old man, leave me alone. When it comes to very jail time for war crimes or crimes against humanity and stuff like that. Because I've always heard that this like the thing that said that this person is a horrible human being. He's a scum of the earth. He is a complete whatever name you want to call him. But he's senile. He's old. Leave him alone. Don't bother with him. Don't let him rot from the inside out. Whereas, you know, with he's ruined the country, so he should be imprisoned or something else for his crimes against children, against adults, against everything else. You can't get away from it because you're old, you got dementia, you this, that, the thing. Because that's not fair to people. So, also, let's see here, well, there, yes, I think that's pretty much it. He's not dementia, like everyone says. He knows what we're doing. I think that some of the things that he does that on the more crazy side, like walking on the roof of the White House, demolishing the building, you know, 1/3 of the White House, and other stuff. It just, when they take Trump being Trump, I think it's more like he's acting like a nutcase, just so he gets out of prison time, or whatever, so he retires, and can not learn a damn thing and ruin the country, part of it. So I think that whenever he says it's fake news because of this, that, the other thing, or it's contradictory to what he says, I don't think it's so much that he's psychotic. I think that it's just that he wants to build himself up for his followers, and that he's doesn't like anything that contradicts that, anything that's in reality detrimental to whatever policy they might have. Because he wants to prove himself as a good businessman, good politician, good person, whereas that's failing big time, major league. Whereas he might say he's a hugely big failure, and then that little stupid retarded happy dance. That's also another indication that he could just be acting like he's a crazy old man. He's crazy for other reasons, but mentally I think he's still there. You know, even though he does do that nap time events sometimes. So don't buy it. Don't buy into the whole. He's crazy. He this and that. That's just an act. An act like he's hopefully going to try to get out of going into prison or whatever for his crime against humanity, and for possibly starting a war with Venezuela, among other places too. You know, the fact that he said, "Oh, tariffs are good for the country," that's not the there's proof in the point that it's not going to go good for the country. It's not going good right now for the country. And on January 1st, when the big beautiful bill comes into play, people will see how much of a complete idiot his stupid dumbass policies are gonna be. And I pray for the country at that point. So yeah, that's my little video about how I don't think that Trump is psychotic. I think he's trying to build himself up, saying all the policies are good. You know, he learned nothing. He had no education. Daddy probably paid for everything to be alright and keep it with him. He paid for the deferment of the army or military. He paid for every creature comfort that he could possibly have. Trump. So he doesn't know what working hard is. He doesn't know what any struggle is. And that's a real detriment to everybody. Because he ran as a populist. And populist my ass. But yeah. I've done my piece on that. The next video I make will be about Christmas again. Well, how do you think? Yeah, so I thank you for watching my video about why I think Trump is psychotic. Mentally screwed up in the head. It's like acting like that. Just the hell of it. Getting away with it because he's in power. And he can do whatever he wants to do. Or he thinks he can do whatever he wants to do. Because he got understanding about the presidency of a kindergartner. Like, oh man, you can do whatever you want. As president, yay, I can do whatever I want. I can start war with whoever I want. Because it doesn't understand the consequence of war. And he doesn't respect soldiers or the men and women that fight. Or anything for that matter. Because everything was handed to him on a simple platter. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more of my videos, like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also contact me for future stuff on my future videos by calling me or texting me at 631-707-3707. And if you want to always follow me on Twitter or actually prefer at P. Nelson Pro. Also, you can get my email at jjsviewing.com. So, there's anyone that wants to comment on this topic, like talking about Donald Trump in both negative and the positive aspects of his presidency. And I would like to see a positive view on things. Yeah. Also, peace out, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you in the next video. All you girls and guys in Interland. Sayonara.